a bit more at home. There's a lot more room for bringing in the two styles they kind of have. They like to go for super fast aggression, or they like to go for run the clock down kind of plays. And I think on Inferno, it's especially when you're running the clock down, it's a little safer than overpass. And obviously, again, momentum can play a big deal, and starting off on this T side could really make a difference to that. If they go into that CT side with a pretty heavy advantage of rounds, it could really make a difference, but we'll see. The opening pick comes in for them. They start off as they look to continue, but in comes the flank from the CTs with hardly any information. Relaxer's crept in. He's going to pick up 3, and the round has fallen apart for the Spaniards.
What a brilliant flank out from Relaxa. Now they're going to get 1. Well, Death actually gets 2. He makes this possible. Figured it was going to be sort of a one-and-done trade spot, but he's worked his way around. Has an opportunity to clutch here, but he's going to need to hit his shots pretty much perfectly. Has the first, got the info, should expect Freddy Frog potentially being up. Based on the tap-out shot, he definitely is. He's putting him on notice, saying, you can't just push this. Freddy Frog, though, says, no one puts me on notice. That footstep might have actually been heard. I think Death's heard it. He's now falling back, readjusting, getting ready to come back around, and DJL's not ready for this. Now he gets the audio cue out. There's the spot on 1. Death's just running this, though. Leaves his back turn. That was a potential kill shot, but it will be Freddy Frog to find it. There was an opportunity there for Death's. He slowed down just for a moment. Might have been able to catch them with their back completely turned as they anticipated the play straight out towards A. But it is going to be Chaos EC to start out on the pistol round. It's exactly what they needed to shake off the perhaps loss of confidence that came from the tail end of that overpass game and get right back into this. Of course, Movistar are going to force buy right back up. Of course they are.
Yeah. Cast your minds back to the beginning of that first map. It was very, very back and forth for a good 5 or 6 rounds before anyone was able to string more than 1 together, I should say. But yeah, it's still going to be difficult. Lesson takes a lot of damage through the smoke, and DJL is caught with a nade in hand. That timing not working out for him at all. As they hear the nade coming in, they will capitalize. Mopos now going to have his hands onto an MP9. Looking good. As they look to move forwards, and I mean, again, it's kind of one of these plays where they've only seen one player. They've not rotated anyone across the B. Just full confidence right now in the B hold itself. Good for 1 so far, but it's still an advantage, and it's actually going to be the B bomb site completely falling into the hands of the team. 4v3 retake on the B bomb site of Inferno is really not ideal, so it would seem we are going to be repeating history somewhat. As these CTs are going to move forwards, I'm not so sure about this one. Maybe just save what you've got into the next round, but they're feeling kind of confident even without the kits to go for this. But it seems like it's not going to happen. Another kill comes in. They'll continue to move forwards. Gustafsson is now kind of trapped in all honesty. Freddy Frog, the boy, what can he find? He will manage to take down 1. Smoke goes in. Looks like he might be able to survive or even find some more kills. Mopos only on 2 HP. But all the same, it's going to be another round for Movistar Riders. They do eventually eliminate everybody.
It's brilliantly done. They only do save 1 gun, but it's the gun that really matters. It's the M1, which is a nice piece to take through. What's interesting there is, as a CT side, once you've lost the rifle out towards long, right? Or towards banana. Wrong map. Once you've lost the rifle out towards banana, you actually wind up in a situation where the pistol players almost have an advantage over you. If you're playing with a FAMAS and an SMG back towards site, you're really kind of on the ropes here, and they're pushing and putting pressure down on you. I mean, a CZ and a Tech 9 around those kind of corners, once you're condensed on the B bomb site, pretty strong. Freddy Frog going to be trying to get it done with the XM, and he should have an opportunity. There's the kill as well. What a nice shot out from him to take some control. Relax is looking for more, and this aggressive bedroom apartment play may be working out very nicely for Chaos EC. They're going to be contained by mollies, but that's okay. They've done the damage. They can fall away, play that hit-and-run strategy to make this possible. DJL next going to be the one to get a hit. Actually, it's Plesson who's boosted up on top and finds the deagle shot to rain down. So this round is falling apart for the Movistar Riders, and this is really starting to be very reminiscent of Overpass.
It certainly is. A lot of solo peaks coming in. They will eventually group up and try and move forward. But it's a 3-on-3 directly in on the site. They're going to lose the advantage in this little fight as well. Mixwell gets taken down. They trade them back, but like I say, directly on the B-bomb site, 3-on-3. And it will be the CTs to come out on top. They survive with 3 players. They will have a fair amount of cash built up then to buy back into this one. Meanwhile, Movistar Riders once again find themselves on the force buy. Looks like that's what they're going to go for. Mixwell actually had 4K in the bank, apparently. But nonetheless, like you say, it is very reminiscent indeed of Overpass, looking
I'm getting
dire.
flashbacks.
Yeah,
I'm getting serious flashbacks.
It's not good.
This is exactly
I'm
what
sure
played
they
out.
are as well, right?
This was exactly what played out. They had a force buy, then a counter force. Now, if this goes to formula, we're gonna have the counter first work out here. But this is not looking good. Relax has already found a kill. He is traded out though, and that's a good trade. Some damage done on towards Banana, but it's not catastrophic. And top brackets control has fallen, which puts them in an awkward spot with only Broughton in towards the site, the only one who can really hold on here, and he's not down to 34. DJL might have opportunity for a frag, but a smoke down is going to limit his vision. Now the take can go on in earnest towards A, and Broughton is in a really unenviable position. He is stuck on an island, and there are many people coming to frag him.
FAMAS retrieved by Mopos. What can the lone boy on the site get done? It's absolutely nothing. Mopos going to make quick work of him. Overkill on the headshot due to his HP, but it doesn't really matter. Plessing going to get tagged. And this is where I go, right, concede the round. Go away, like, leave. Take what you've got into the next round, you know, and try and make it work off the back of that. But it seems like they're not really wanting to go for that at this point. Looking to continue the push forwards. Nice little find by DJL coming in. Because the bomb has yet to go down. That is a fair point that maybe the CTs are, you know, backing up this play with. And Freddy Frog coming in with that XM10. Going to find another. We have seen another trade from the T side. And an AK recovered now by Deaths with that AK in hand. This key is, the kill is key, rather, for DJL. 2 versus 1 coming in. And it's Freddy Frog from behind. So, maybe, what do I know? They were right to go for it, as it does work out. They're able to break that economy and break the spell of the back and forth.
That was critical. I mean, really, once the bomb goes down in lane, Movistar Riders just didn't quite take advantage of their positioning as quickly as they could have. As soon as that bomb goes down, it's such a tough position to play in a 1v2, because you know where they are, but it doesn't matter. They can just play whack-a-mole, right? One pops out, the other one pulls back. Just constant, you don't know which direction to look. So it's a tough situation, and it's one that Chaos plays intelligently to take through the round. Now they've got the advantage coming in. Now they can start to stack up rounds. And as you say, they've shattered the cycle of the force buys. Finally, someone's gotten it done early. So we're going to see if they can continue more. Gustafsson's going to take some contact, but it's a quick swing on towards the lane. Nothing really behind it. Broughton should have a field day here. He gets one. He's falling. He's out of bullets, and Alex has the frag. That might be a bomb plant. It's an opportunity for sure, and now more potential for damage. Numbers are even, but a missed shot sends it all astray. Mopaz, though, has the spot and a bomb plant, and that's everything the Movistar Riders could be hoping out of this. If he finds any more damage, it's great. And the chance to take the round. Not if he backs straight into an M4, though.
Yeah, unfortunate for him there. Just, again, unaware. Not enough information to work with. And the positional advantage really coming through from Chaos, but it is fairly close. A lot closer than it had any right of being, to be honest. And that bomb plant coming in really going to help the T's coming into this next buy round. Looking really, really good here then. To maybe, just maybe, start closing this gap. But Chaos back on the Orgs. I think Inferno maybe a safer map for them previously than Overpass. But all the same, those changes, I don't think, you know, like we've said, are going to be heavily detrimental. We don't think we're going to see it disappear into obscurity. It's just players aren't quite used to it yet.
There's a lot more hesitance. A lot more hesitance about picking it up. I think this is as many AUGs as we saw last map is 2. I think we still have 1 on each CT side, maybe a couple more, not much. So this is already more AUGs than we're used to. So far this series. It might be a bit of a game changer, but we'll have to see, because it has changed. The fire rate has changed, and the accuracy when you're not scoped in has changed, which may lead to some players maybe being caught off if they haven't really spent enough time to adjust that fire rate and adjust to that new spray pattern. So this could get interesting.
Because to me, that just kind of screams Valve are like, right, we want to eliminate its short-range usefulness, but we'll see. Broughton can get it done. Will indeed be able to find the opener for his team, catching Soker off guard. Also gets the information that it's like, right, we've got utility coming over the top A, but there's nobody else here. So it kind of screams that this is a fake, and they are ready for it. Plus in with 2, DJL does get 1. Death, however, takes a fair amount of damage, and an easy 2-man setup there on the B-bomb site. Chaos looking so good as we get into the early stages of this game. The CT side, so far, flawless.
That was a really nice hold from Pleasant as well. The spray transfer was really good. I mean, it wasn't a full spray transfer, but it was a quick adjustment from the first frag right in his face to find the second as well. I think he got 3 in total on the round, and that's actually kind of a perfect round that highlights the type of situation that the AUG is not necessarily that advantageous in anymore. He had an M4 for the close-up angle and then the long-range fight, or the mid-range fight rather, and that quick adjustment is definitely going to favor an M4 over an AUG now, because your spray pattern is just going to go a little bit haywire if you try and maintain that same fight with the AUG. So nice adjustment and a nice little teachable moment for where we might start to see that AUG nerf come into play. So fortunate for Plesson that he had an M4 in that position, and it does work out very nicely for them. Now 5-1 against the Movistar Riders, and they're forcing out another pistol round. Just 2 sets of armor. Death saving a lot of cash, presumably to get that AWP out, to toss over to Mixwell and see if they can't really get it going here on the T side. Ooh, Relaxa. He's waiting, patient with that AWP, just looking for one frag. Deaths might find the timing on him. He's not willing to go for the fight, though. Relaxa was vulnerable, but it's all a question of when you want to push. He had the utility in hand that could have been dangerous. He's kind of all alone here. It's a risky angle to play against pistols, and if they swing around with momentum, if they flash him out and go for it, might just catch him up on the lane. Should have support from Boyton on the balcony, but it's all going to come down to timing about whether they manage to take down that op before they find him. He gets around the corner. That's important. Now this op stays alive for the eventual take, but it looks like it's going to be a crunch in towards B instead. As I say that, they've got somebody in the library. They're just all over the middle of the map. They have bisected the CT defense, but they haven't quite decided which site they actually want to hit yet.
Oh, this could be an important push as well. Finding that kill kind of eliminates the opportunity of a pincer movement. Going to spot all those players towards the speedway. Relatively simple stuff by the looks of things. Mixwell actually able to make quick work of Freddy Frog, but that is the bomb going down. I feel like the bomb should have gone with the majority of the players because they're actually finding frags. Oh my goodness, Mixwell on this P250 is making this round look doable. It would be a hell of a round if he's able to take it. One coming in from either direction, trying to take the face into Banana though, and Barton just a bit faster, able to get the drop on him. So another close round, but Chaos again able to take it and extend their lead, getting further and further ahead at this point on the CT side, which I think is really good for them. You know, if Movistar Riders were the ones with the momentum, I think Chaos could kind of, you know, overthink and panic and let the pressure get to them, but giving themselves this breathing room is really, really good here to take us to possibly the 3rd map. Obviously, in their mind, that's where they want to go.
And another critical detail here is that Chaos hasn't really had to do anything too fancy yet, right? They've been very much just playing their game, setting up the way they'd like to on sites. A little bit of differences here. You see Gustafsson's now up on the balcony by the flower bus over on A. So that's a nice little wrinkle. You just change it up. You keep them guessing about where you're going to be playing, what kind of a hit you're going to be going for. But there's not really a ton of aggression coming out from that CT side. They're just kind of letting the hits come through and surviving them. And I think it's pretty important that they can do that. And they're going to force the Movistar Riders to make them change up their game plan. Relaxa gets the first shot. That's the apartment's now clear. They've lost the Flower Pots player, but Watton just holds on. 3 quick frags as they round the corner. Support from the op on high as well. That's a really nice ult from Chaos. They just dismantle Movistar on the take. And this is going to be a situation where we just see that momentum start to build. Yeah, there's going to be pretty much infinite gun rounds for Movistar if they want them now, but if you can't win on your gun rounds, if you can't even get onto a site on your gun rounds, what does it matter? And Mixwell doesn't have a gun. There we go.
Yeah, I don't know. It just seems Movistar Riders kind of forcing the issue, trying to force their way into sight. It's not really working. Plesson goes for a very risky, kind of the highest arc jump possible off the sandbags. Really, really greedy for the information there. It will cost the opening pick, and now moving in towards B, maybe, but they're kind of faking it out with Mixwell on that UMP just to keep attention here. Overall, it does look like that they are moving towards A, but Alex looks like a lurker, so I mean, they're really not sure, but they are losing men, importantly. Brings it back into a 4 versus 3 that's in favor of the CT side, again, seemingly in control of everything. Staffson holding it down perfectly, going ahead of the smoke is not the wisest of moves from Soka, and as you can see, Deaths was not really feeling that play. Baiting his teammate out doesn't work. It is falling apart for Movistar Riders, which is certainly surprising after how close the first map was, after them taking it in the end, you know, and picking up the momentum in that second half. They're just a completely different team, a shadow of themselves.
And it seems like Chaos has found some new confidence as well. I mean, in particular, Boyton, we talked about him in the last map. He was really rough on their own T side. Then CT, he settled down. He started to have impact. Now he's leading the server. 11-5 early on through 9 rounds. That's nice impact. They've been pressuring his site quite a bit, coming towards him on the lane, and he has just been rock solid, sitting in, taking the blows, returning them very accurately. So that's really nice for Chaos that they can start to rely on that, and then they can start to build around it. So we're just really seeing a unit where everybody's firing, everyone's hitting their shots, everyone's holding up and getting what they need to out of their position, and then a little bit more. And that's exactly what you need to hold on strong against a team like the Movistar Riders. So this round, it's going to be pistols, a lot of utility to make it take possible, a little bit of armor behind it. Actually, a ton of utility considering the guns they've got in their hands. So it's going to be pretty much a full-on take towards B, but strong spot from DJL and early counter utility from the CTs might make this a little bit rougher. Still 5 flashes and 3 smokes to make this happen, but if they lose bodies, they might lose that utility as well.
Oh, speaking, and it is happening. Some kind of a crystal ball going on. They lose a couple players, even more. 4 coming in for Pleasant. The ace, the eco warrior. Easy stuff. As it will be a 9th round coming in for Chaos. Fairly simply. I mean, it is just looking all but over on this second map, to be honest. If this continues, Movistar Riders, you know, they got that one kind of return round way back when, but just not really able to capitalize off of it and falling off a cliff on this second map. Certainly could pull it back on the CT side, don't get me wrong. An AWP heavy map, definitely for Mixwell to run rampant on perhaps, but they are going to need at least 5, I think. 6 would be nice, but maybe out of the question unless they can suddenly turn things around. And without a pause or anything coming in recently, I don't think it's doable. I mean, you never know. This kind of team, though, they're just mental with some of the rounds they come out with. This is a good start from them. The double peak in towards the long hauls. What can they do with this advantage, though? That is the question.
The big detail here is that I think this is the first T-side off. You're talking about it's an up-heavy map. You want to get Mixwell activated. I think this is the first time they managed to break it out, at least not without recovering it. So that's going to be an interesting detail to keep an eye on. But as you said, there's no pause here. You kind of expect it when you're getting battered like this in terms of momentum, even just to let your opponent cool off just a touch. Oh, DL wants to go for the peak. Actually gets the shot on Mixwell, using the shoulder to bait him out. This could be interesting. DGL does fall back, flashed out, so his position's going to be taken, and they certainly know somebody's close by. Is the trade good? It is. Still, though, losing the bodies. We've got to figure it out. There are 2 players up on the lane. This could be a vital swing for them. Here's the trade. Here's the shot. Does he have the second as well? Gustafsson has to take it, but the backstab comes in. Leaves it all on the shoulders of Pleasant. He's got 3 targets to find and can't take the first. So Movistar Riders, they finally get that second round on the board. They keep 3 alive, which is critical as well. The problem is, the big problem is, that cash is ridiculous for Chaos. I mean, Relaxa had 14,000 coming into this round, so they are not going to break this eco anytime soon.
Not quite out of the woods yet. Movistar Riders need to keep pushing forwards, need to find another 2 clean rounds. That one very nearly did come close. There were some key moments that they were able to just about come out on top of. This one started very, very quickly compared to the last one. Relaxer and Freddy Frog going to pick up a kill apiece. Meanwhile, we've got Soka who's able to find a trade, but ultimately it's still an advantage for Chaos. They have taken the initiative. They're like, right, listen, instead of respecting you completely, playing passive, we're going to get in your face and show you why we should be taking this to a 3rd map. A really, really aggressive start from them pays off. But we'll see, it has weakened this A defense slightly, although DJL is rotating in. It's the 2-man setup towards short, or lane as it may be known. But all the same, they need to find one of these kills here. And going towards long is kind of the smarter play, I think. DJL forced off the angle. His position now given away. Is he ready for them to be so aggressive? Doesn't matter. Flash comes in. Only the 1-for-1, but that might be all that they need. However, Pleasant now, it is on your shoulders, my friends. If he goes down without a kill, this could be a very tough retake for his brethren on the other side of the map, but they're not expecting him to be taking the aggressive angle. He will get that 1 kill, he'll get a smoke, and now he can buy time for the rotations, maybe even find the final kill, honestly. Spots out Soka. Doesn't really matter at this point. I think it's all but over. He will have to peek wide because of the Molotov. This is going to need something incredible, though, from the lone Spaniard without his fellow Musketeers. A 1 versus 2. Well, 1 versus 3 overall, but this 1 versus 2 is going to be really, really tough. He does get the bomb down. He does manage to back away. The Molotov coming in. Finds that headshot, but not cleanly enough. Relaxer gets the trade. And again, it is close, but Chaos, they get a 10.
Close, but no cigar. That's a tough one to take as a loss. You've got double digits now on the Chaos side. They answer back your 1 round completely. They cancel out any momentum you've had. The one consolation is you still got the loss bonus built up, so you're going to be right back into the bye. But at this point, this is already a half that's way out of control. There's no way you would have been expecting this scoreline coming into it. This is the Chaos, to be a little on the point with it. But it's a situation where they have to recover. They've really got to get these next 3 rounds flawlessly to make this a real game. Anything beyond that is utter disaster. And this is presumably a bit of a stunner, too. Considering how the first map went, you're pretty confident coming into it if you're Movistar, and now you've just lost a man, you've lost the bomb down as well. You're trying to retake the aggression, chase down the frag, and Soaker will do exactly that. Nicely done to take back a little bit of control, but look at the health on Mopaz and Alex. This is already a dangerous round, and they don't have a lot of control to show.
Indeed. It seems, though, you know, in the past 2 or 3 rounds, we have had some of that aggression from Chaos being checked. They're not quite able to get away with it as easily as they once were, perhaps. And again, Movistar Riders, just a team where you never really know. Can never really rule them out, because I think they just make life hard for themselves more often than not with some of the games that they're in and the way that they play, you know, the aggressive style, both physically and financially, you know. So, never count them out. That's all I'm saying. Here we go, though. A bit of a B play coming in. That's a very, very, very late smoke from Pleasant that's really going to throw a spanner in the works. DJL is here with the M4, as it was a perfect bait shot coming in from his teammate, to be honest. He's able to pick up 2. The flank from behind as well. Looks to end the round prematurely. Spartan hidden away. Stoker has got so many players to try and deal with, and he cannot do it. But yeah, that AWP shot comes in. They think it's only him. They push through the smoke to try and catch him while he's not got anything to fight back with. And DJL is there at the perfect time to just null and void that push.
That was really wonderfully done. As you said, perfect time. Everything came up roses for Chaos. Just everything worked out for them wonderfully. Now, once again, they're just putting Movistar through the ringer. It's going to be SMGs and a Galil up for the Movistar side. The Spanish side's got to get it going. Pleasant takes the aggro shot. He will find it, though, on the fadeaway, so Soaker down. All that health loss is worth it, and he's sticking around to do more damage. That nade might just find its mark. A little bit of dust up. Nothing too chaotic. But the ops are still here. Relax has got control of mid as well. He's going to take the long lead. Might just find the shot onto Deaths. Knows where he is. That should be information available. And they're really just making this miserable for the Movistar side. Continued damage raining out. The aggressive play coming down through mid. Boatin now has full control down at the bottom. And there's a player pushing ult mid who's now going to tuck into Mexico. Movistar are hemmed in. They're bottled up. They've got no information. They've got no control. Gustafsson can make this play whenever he'd like, and he's just going to completely ruin the day for them. Here's the footstep. Here's the backstab. That's the bomb. That's the round. Freddy Frog from the sewers finds the round, takes it, and it's 12-2. 12-2, Scrib, on Movistar Riders map pick. What?
I don't know what to say. I don't know what to say. I mean, we have 2 very momentum-based teams. You know, where kind of throughout the season they've had some games where it'll be very, very close because of some maybe silly decisions, but some games where it has been very one-sided, and I think it's definitely showing in this game, where in the previous one it was Movistar Riders able to get their momentum rolling in the second half overall and just kind of kept it going. Chaos are doing the same, but from the get-go, which really makes the difference. A nade kill coming in, but some aggression in apartments. Is it going to work out? I mean, they keep it even. It is still a man advantage for the CT side of Spartan, finding both the final 2 kills, making it look easy and free. 13-2. Right, Movistar Riders, I said they like to make it difficult, but this is something else. I mean, if they come back from this, I don't know, we need to put some kind of a crazy bet on it. I'll eat a tea bag. If they manage to come back from this in this map, honestly, I just do not see it happening. away. Should hopefully be getting back into the action pretty quickly. I do believe things are looking good. Obviously, we got that train third map. It's going to be spicy, so I'm kind of looking forward to where it goes.
It's gonna be interesting.
I think that could be a pretty messy map as well, to be honest. But a lot closer, hopefully.
Certainly. I mean, we were talking about in the beginning. The thing about Train is it's not a good map for either team, right? They neither side's super comfortable on playing it, at least based on their results over the last few times they have. So it's kind of a bit of a wild card, which I would say is good for Chaos, being as they are the underdogs coming into this. But as we're seeing this round, maybe underdogs isn't the right word. Alex, execution shots as they round the corner. Just a clothesline spam with the CZ. Going to get 2. Instead of Movistar Riders to, at the very least, have a good start into this pistol round, which they do desperately need. Death is kind of on an island here. Got support all the way out on Library, but he's still got to find it.
I don't really know what happened. I think someone just accidentally shot Freddy Frog there on his own team. A little bit awkward. Yeah, Alex really likes that CZ. I'll point that one out for sure. He does like to pick it up in the pistol. Works out perfectly here. But can they stave off the push towards A? Not looking likely, as it's now into a 3 versus 2 with the A bomb site falling. Mixwell has to back away. Does get his hands onto that kit from one of his fallen comrades, but I mean, it's the man disadvantage. It's not looking too good. They have the time, but do they have the aim, really? And this setup is going to be difficult. Taking out the player in the pit, important, but the Glocks, as the gap closes, life becomes easier. Alex going to peek around this corner. The CZ, not really the best weapon for him to be working with. Taking a lot of damage all over the shot. Left with 2 bullets. Left now to reload, and the time ticking away. There goes the 10-second timer, and he's going to try and get his hands onto the kit, but he's not going to be fast enough. He's not going to be fast enough, and a 14th round coming in. That is heartbreaking for Alex, particularly. But I think off the back of that, inevitably, maybe they can stave off the inevitable for a little while, but I think this map is going to Chaos, and we will be going to that third.
Force Buy is certainly going to come out. And based on this series so far, Force Buy has a pretty good odd of succeeding here in the second round. But you're right, this feels like the nail. This feels like the nail in the coffin that they had a slim window of opportunity and getting dumpstered here in the pistol round, not having the ability to take through that last kill early enough and find the kit and get the defuse is really going to be just the final death knell for them. Alex, nice. Nade actually doesn't connect with anyone. Looked like that was going to be an absolute champion nade. Somehow splits the difference between all the T's up on Banana and just does the tiniest little sliver of damage on the Pleasant. Just let you know it's there.
Yeah, I mean, classic HG nades. Mopod's going to get tagged down early on. They're not looking too good. Not really the start they wanted. A fluffed nade, an 11 HP Mopos, a loss of banana control. Spiraling out of their hands, it would seem. Start to move in towards B, maybe, but those B smokes, of course, the one choke point, generally speaking, that you're going to move in from is completely covered by a single smoke, so it can be very difficult to just go barreling through that. They don't know if they're running into a stack or not. So at least buying some time here on the CT side of things. But the nature of the rotations on that T side, you can very, very quietly move across, and it's difficult to gain information. Mixwell will get it, though. However, he's not quite spotted the bomb out, so it's not calling all the rotations. You know, they're very, very unsure of where this bomb is going to be ending up. And the first kill of the round, pretty late on, goes the way of the T's. Only just the bomb going to get dropped by Mixwell. But unfortunately, the weaponry is not quite strong enough. Death is hidden on the site, trying to do what he can. Only 9 seconds left, but they find the final kill regardless. And there it is, the map point coming in.
That's painful. And they're going to have nothing to combat this map point either. So it would be 13 rounds they need to take for overtime, and they've got to get it done with a force buy. I mean, this is basically the concession round. We saw it last map where we saw basically a concession round come in where Relaxa just held with the op when it was a 1v4 and knew that the game was over. And this time, it's feeling like we're going to have a similar feel for the last round for the Movistar. So they need a little movie magic right now. They've got an XM, 2 UMPs, and 2 CZs to try and make this happen. And it's not impossible, but the chances are slim to none that they're going to be able to bring this through. Even if they do, it's such a long road to get back into this. So it's looking like we're going to have Train here. That's definitely going to be much more of a coin flip. You imagine with a strong opping presence, that's a map that Mixwell can shine on and maybe Movistar can reassert themselves. But based on these last few rounds, it just feels like Chaos has awoken and they've got so much confidence in their play and in their aim that it's going to be hard to unseat them. Aggro play is punished immediately. It's traded. So that's at least a little bit of a silver lining available for the Movistar Riders. And they've got an extra gun to work with here. It's a Creed. Maybe a bit of a chance, but it is going to be the presence in. Mixwell from the Boiler has the XM. This is a gun suited to the position, but he's going to get flanked looking the wrong direction. He falls for absolutely no damage exchanged. Now it's Deaths, who's tucked into the apartment. Might just find his kill on Botan. Never mind. Deleted. Botan is hitting all of his shots, exactly what they needed. Now they're all falling apart. Left to Mopaz in a 1v4 with a UMP, a single Molotov. You can't imagine he's going to have a chance here, but he's going to go for it. And Boatan says, hell no. It's a quick bullet in his brain.